Welcome back to another episode of the Holocore. Today's file: Thas'dorah, Legacy of the Windrunners. Quel'Thalas, located in the Eastern Kingdoms, was home to the Highborn Elves for several thousand years. Having settled their new empire on the ancient lands of the Amani Trolls, the Highborn of Quel'Thalas fought off troll attacks on a frequent basis. In order to protect their city from the vicious Amani Trolls, the Highborn created several monolithic runestones and magically anchored them to a powerful ancient tree known as Thas'dorah, which meant Light of the Forest. This tree had absorbed a great deal of magical energy from the Sunwell, and was used to empower the protective runestones and keep intruders at bay. Despite the wards empowered by Thas'dorah, the Trolls would continue to launch attacks at the Elves for many years, eventually leading to the devastating events known as the Troll Wars. During this conflict, a new order of defenders called the Rangers were founded, and were given the task of defending the forests of Quel'Thalas from the Amani Trolls. Among these Rangers was an extraordinary archer by the name of Talanas Windrunner. Talanas quickly proved his worth and was titled the first Ranger of Silvermoon, and for his bravery on the front lines, he was gifted a weapon befitting the rank of his new position. 3 weaponsmiths set to work by carving a branch from Thas'dorah, shaping and forming it into a great bow, before immersing it into the waters of the Sunwell. Torrents of arcane energies warped and empowered the weapon as it radiated through it, its surface hardening, making the bow nearly unbreakable. Talanas was humbled by this gift, and would name the bow Thas'dorah, Valor of the Forest. The harness magic of the bow allowed even the most novice of archers to hit any target within range. In the expert hands of the first ranger, Thas'dorah soon became a feared weapon for the Amani, for any who set their eyes upon it knew they were within range of its deadly accuracy. Thas'dorah would be passed down through the Windrunner family line for thousands of years, before eventually ending up in the hands of first ranger Lyrissa Windrunner, who had 3 daughters: Verissa, Sylvanas, and Alleria. Although Alleria was the oldest and expected to take up the mantle of first ranger general after her mother, the eldest sister decided she would pass it on to her younger sister Sylvanas when the time came. That time came during the Second War, when the Amani Trolls, who had allied with the invading Orcish horde, led a successful skirmish on the High Elves, killing many rangers including Lyrissa Windrunner. Sylvanas would step up as first ranger general, but would gift Thas'dorah to Alleria, who would join the organization known as the Farstriders, a group of rangers who served and fought for the High Elves across foreign, distant territories. As Alleria rapidly fired arrow after arrow, the arcane powers of Thas'dorah conjured and fired multiple magical arrows to follow each of her shots, inflicting fear in both the hearts of trolls and orcs alike. Following the Second War, the Orcish horde fled back to Draenor, and under the leadership of the Orc warchief Ner'zhul, the orcs planned to open several portals to different worlds in hopes of conquering them. Unwilling to let the orcs invade another world, the Alliance sent an expedition to chase after the horde and put an end to them once and for all. Alleria accompanied them, her heart still burning for vengeance for the countless lives lost during the Second War, her deadly arrow seeking the hide of any orc too unfortunate to be within its range. Eventually, the Alliance's chase came to a grim conclusion as Ner'zhul succeeded in tearing open several portals across the planet, which in turn tore the Orcish homeworld apart. Illyria and the entire Alliance expedition were soon dead. It wasn't until many years later that Thas'dorah was discovered on a Legion homeworld known as Niskara, which renewed hope in the eyes of Verissa that her sister may still be alive. Although the bow was found alone, Thas'dorah's power had grown since its days in Quel'Thalas. Just as it had once drunk and absorbed the brilliant powers of the Sunwell, so too did it intake the chaotic energies of the Nether, twisting its magic and harnessing its deadly potential against the very forces of darkness that surrounded it. Now infused with the energies of both the Sunwell and the Nether, Thas'dorah will continue to protect the lives of innocents and avenge the lives of those lost, its arrow seeking the hearts of evil from both this world and the many worlds beyond.